Hey everybody, welcome to this call. I'm here with Dr. Houchin, dentist in our service for a few months now, and so welcome to the call.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you here and thrilled to be able to just ask you a couple of questions about your experience in our service so far. Can you first just tell everybody listening how long have you been in practice, and also after that, can you tell us why you decided to join our service?
Certainly. I've been practicing dentistry for 33 years. I joined the service because I wanted to establish some relationships with some referring physicians and other specialist dentists in the community, and this seemed like a pretty outstanding way to go about that.
Great. So, when we first talked, you and I had shared some thoughts about practice-building marketing initiatives, and so one of the things I remember you saying to me is that you weren't aware of any other company or service that provided these types of meetings, and as a result, I think you were somewhat skeptical. I think you believed in the process, but I think you were somewhat skeptical. Can you just comment a little bit about the quality of the meetings and or the types of docs that you've been meeting with?
I was skeptical at first because of the fact that I have never encountered, in the length of time I've been doing this, I've never encountered a service like this before. And I can tell you that from the get-go, the quality of the meetings and the quality of the physicians that put me in contact with has been just outstanding. The meetings have been marvelous. They've been well set up. The doctors know why I'm coming, and they've been very receptive to the concept. So I'm looking forward to, I've got this scheduled for 8-9 months into the future, and I'm looking forward to staying on this long term.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. And, a question for you, and that is with regard to stimulating referrals. And again, you take a look at that practice-building marketing effort. Can you just comment a little bit about the potential that these relationships have in terms of generating new patients on a regular basis?
My analysis and perception of the situation on that score at the moment is that it's virtually unlimited. So they're excited that somebody cares enough to even come and meet them.
That's great. One of the things we also talked about when you first came on board as a client is sort of the why. Why do these doctors want to meet or work with you? And I believe that your story, this example that you just shared, is so incredibly common that they have dentists that work in and around their offices, but it's that introduction. It's getting past the gatekeeper. It's getting in the door to sit across the desk from another doctor or specialist that has already expressed an interest in wanting to meet or work with you that I believe we can provide you with that eat for life result, which is new patients coming in on a regular basis in addition to the market penetration. So I'll lead into one final question for you, and that is, again, you've been around for a long time. As far as penetrating your market, becoming the ultimate best-known, most recognized, most referred to dentist in your town, do you believe that meeting with and starting to establish referral relationships with all of these doctors can help you become that most recognized, most respected, most referred to dentist in your town?
I think that's absolutely true. As a matter of fact, just last week we received 2 invitations to 2 different doctors' in-house parties. And it's a direct result of the meetings that I've already had with them. So there's concrete evidence that the relationships are beginning to be established.
Fantastic.
I find it absolutely enchanting.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Well, Doc, is there anything that I didn't ask you that you would have wanted me to ask you about the coaching, about the meetings, about the service, or any of the above?
Well, Doc, I think, as always, you've pretty well covered the territory.
Okay. Well, thanks again. I appreciate you taking time out of what I now know is an extremely busy schedule and sharing your thoughts about the service.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure.